they're, the financing for their agencies, especially non-funding, non-profit agencies, their administrative costs, their salary, their building maintenance and so forth funds are in jeopardy because of the scrutiny that the new stimulus is creating and the reform that is being created by the president. So what I have found through my security methods and so forth, and my soldiers in the field that attend these agencies and work at these places, have brought back enough information to let me know that if we don't get our thing in there, Obama's going to fail on this level. He will fail creating jobs. He will fail, saving this small business or creating small business entrepreneurship. He will fail in the green initiatives. He'll fail in this area because he chose this area, New England area, because of his statistics, to feed in the most amount of money.
Part of the problem.
Yeah.
It's the very heart of the whole problem.
And that's exactly what I'm trying to get at. If you and I were to come up with these ideas, and then we go to all the agencies and all the governmental departments, and they disappear on us after, when we bring up the issue, then something's going on. I don't know what. I don't give a crap because it doesn't.
Oh, I was going to say, just like the mayor's team.
That Providence,
the mayor's team that's handling the stimulus and how it's going to be
Providence plan.
And how they're supposed to be created. When I talked to them about these green job initiatives, they had nothing in mind. They had no idea. And they were sitting there talking to me. They wanted me to bring them the DVD, do this, do that. They were going on a trip to rewrite some proposals and come back, and they haven't got back to us yet.
And that's what Tom Brady, superintendent of schools, said to you? What he did to me?
Tom Brady said.
What did he say?
He said, write us this proposal. We'll look at it and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.
And that was.
So we take the time, we sit down and we break down we give him a beautiful breakdown. He knows what's going on, the numbers, the statistics.
Plus the video.
We give it to him, nothing.
And what about the private agencies like the after-school programs and the funding?
Providence After School Alliance, Hillary Salmons, the executive director. Same deal, except we're not part of that club, so we can't put our programs in the schools with the kids, where there was no program that she suggested out of the 600 programs that they have that do anything like what we're talking about or doing. So we can't get in there for that.
And one more. What about the people that are homeless and have to go eat at the Amos House and Crossroads? Did you talk to anybody there?
Oh yeah, the Amos House. Eileen Hayes, she's the executive director over there. Now they're supposed to be quote unquote a reputable organization, but we did the same thing with her. She calmly said, we do have 6 houses, and we were talking to her about how to house these guys that they have, about programs that we have to give them jobs, way to make them jobs. She has all the power to do that. She can work with all these people in the background to bring everything together. But again, nothing.
And the key part about that whole tour that you did all through the summer, they did not know or expect that extra money that was going to come out.
No, not at
They
all.
went there, as it said in the paper, the commissioner went there, Walter, whatever, went there with the expectation of past 30 years experience of begging. They came with small total amount budgets for programs that were slightly changed, names, and just like any other corporation. And they had a shock of their life when they said, we were prepared to give you X amount of money. So they asked for a recess, came back, and this is where you caught Ms. Hayes, because she had dropped that on us in the conversation. Right. Had to come back and rewrite and reformulate their plans so the amounts would be more than what they intended to get. Now they got the foreclosure problems with the multifamilies and everything that we're asking for seems to be a problem for them, but a resource for us.
It can be done, and they don't want to do it. They're trying to keep the people down and keep them poor.
Why is that it?
Well, Steve is right, and you also are right, but you have to always understand about politicians, be it on a local level, be it in a program, what I call a do-good no one on a university level, be it Harvard or Stanford or Yale or Purdue or all black universities or all Catholic universities, can mentor or have the teaching skills and the knowledge that you have self-possessed, just as other brilliant men like Malcolm, like A. Philip Randolph, like many, many folk that do not, have not, and cannot teach. On a university level, you have the ability, without having a PhD, but you do have an empirical PhD. And that goes in all facets of life, from art to engineering to creative ability to all of those things. And most professors, you could compete with any professor at any university on history and world politics probably better than anybody I know. And I have been with some of the best, from Adam Clay Powell to A. Philip Randolph to Ernie Green of the Little Rock Nine to Alexis Herman, Alexis Herman, who was the Secretary of Labor under Bill Clinton. All of those were my mentors. Bayard Rustin, probably one of the most greatest gifted people in the world, just like you were part of security. You were a Muslim minister. Our pilgrimage to the Million Man March was probably the most historical moment in time. If you look at time, and everything is relative, in 1963, you had 200,000 people, both black, white, blue, green, plaid stripe, polka dot, Jewish, Irish, organized labor, churches. But notice that at the Million Man March, no one has ever been able or capable since or before to pull off where you have a million black men, a sea of black men, in harmony, in spirit, in intellect, in mind.
We came away with that. I didn't pull off, remember, because I got caught up in there. You guys that were free, they would do what they want. You was like this. We was like this. You know.
Yeah.
We were caught up in the spirit, and to me that was a stargate, because I was quite familiar with this. Not the millions of people, but the spirit. I was with Farrakhan. I mean, I've sat and been his security in his temple.
Yeah.
You know, in temple number 7 out in Harlem. You know, in full uniform. But see, those were the days where persecution was obvious. Since then, I've had a whole bunch of children. I'm no longer in the nation because my teachers passed.
But we're still soldiers.
But we still soldiers. Even when I came home from the service, the first thing I did was get involved with civil rights and so on, etc. But here's today, I don't see where the actions or the mindset of the people that are resisting, we're trying to give our children, resisting the legacy and the education and whatever they should inherently have. I don't see how they can stop a force like that. You see what I mean? Especially me knowing the symbolism and the magic involved here, the spiritualism involved here. Because what we have is a triangle going. Now this triangle, if you know anything symbolism, this triangle, like the pyramid, right, is symbolic to with laws of the universe. We've gone full circle. We've got a black president. He's changed and reform of everything. We don't know what to expect. Oh, it doesn't matter, because you know where I come from. I always believe that we have to help ourselves, that there ain't nobody going to help us. And to get back to where we were, those 10,000 people have learned something. You could probably went through the whole school system and not learn nothing.
It has also fostered a relationship. The things that most people, we're the baby boom